Welcome to SJU on Fandom Entertainment. It's Friday. It's us, Joe, Dan, Spencer, Rox.
Yeah.
We're talking the trial of Stranger Things today. We're jumping into some fan questions, like we do every Friday. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's just jump in. Story number 1: Stranger Things trial could reveal season 3 spoilers.
Okay.
Let's put a hat on a hat and say that I love that the focus of this story from everyone is so much more the spoilers than maybe the Duffer Brothers took a thing. I have no idea if they did or not, but it's just funny to me that the trial is specifically over plagiarizing an idea, and everyone's like, but what if we find out something about 11 that we haven't seen yet?
But
Yeah.
isn't Stranger Things like plagiarism the series? Like, if you plagiarize from so many things, then you can't be accused of plagiarizing from one thing. And I guess like all art is like plagiarism in that it's building off like the themes and tropes of what came before, but it's just so funny that this one would actually go forward to trial.
Yeah, it's like
these things don't make it to court usually.
Yeah, it's like a wushu director like calling out Tarantino.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you completely stole my zoom of a man with a long beard going, ha! Like, so let's get into the story a little bit, and then we can sort of talk about the plagiarism and the spoilers of it all. So this is via Slash Film. This is the direct quote from Slash Film, which I loved. As Stranger Things creators Matt and Ross Duffer head to trial over plagiarism charges, they're worried about something far worse than litigation. Spoilers. So the Duffers are headed to court against Charlie Kessler. This story's been kind of ongoing. I think we covered it when it initially happened, but now this motion to seal it specifically because of spoilers is kind of fun. So Kessler claims they ripped off his script The Montauk Project, which is set in a small town that is home to various urban legends.
I will say this, and I don't know if you guys talked about it when you last covered it. Working title for Stranger Things, Montauk.
Yes.
Also, though,
Is that true?
yes,
Yeah.
but also Montauk, like the Montauk. I don't know if it's Montauk Project or whatever, but like it's one of those conspiracy things, like
Yeah.
like Roswell or whatever. It's like
Yeah,
the
it's
government.
like-
The government really did experiments in Montauk.
Yeah, it's like, I promise you, right now there are at least 15 projects called QAnon. One of them is going to get made, and then 14 other people are going to be like, you ripped off the QAnon project that I told you I was doing. So
All according to plan.
Just like Q wants. So again, Kessler says he pitched the idea to the Duffers at the 2014 Tribeca Film Festival. This is Kessler per to her. Charlie Kessler asserts that he met the Duffers, then two young filmmakers who he had never heard of, and chatted with them for 10 to 15 minutes, wrote the defendant's attorney. That casual conversation, during which the Duffers supposedly said they should all work together and asked what Kessler was working on, is the sole basis for the alleged implied contract at issue in the lawsuit and for Kessler's meritless theory that the Duffers used his ideas to create Stranger Things. So, sorry, I misread that. That was not Kessler speaking per to her. That was, quote, referring to Charlie
And
Kessler.
to her is the Hollywood Reporter.
Yes, it is.
didn't know that, Spencer?
It's just the fun way I like
You
to
didn't
say
know
it.
to her?
Got it.
God.
Yeah, I like to keep things fun here. Sometimes I give you guys stickers based on what you guys are doing well. Sometimes I sit in the chair backwards.
I have not gotten a sticker.
Well,
Not
Step it
doing,
up, Roxy.
not doing
Step
anything
it up,
very well.
Stryer. Step it up, and we could have class outside and a pizza party. So the creators have brought a motion. So this brings us to this. The creators have now brought a motion to seal portions of the record to stop spoilers from coming out publicly during the plagiarism trial. Public disclosure threatens substantial harm, not only to their legitimate privacy interests, but also as to their ongoing commercial efforts, including by revealing confidential information that may be included in future episodes of Stranger Things and weakening the Duffers and Netflix's position in future commercial negotiations. So there we go. Spoilers being decided in a court of law.
I guess I don't understand. Would they have to like make public their series outline to like see how similar?
That's what I'm.
Yes.
That's what I
They
think
may.
he's
Yeah.
challenging. Is probably he's whatever script or outline Kessler has or whatever beats he has in his folder labeled Montauk Project that I wrote in 1998 or whatever.
Yeah.
They're gonna want to put those two things side by side.
The interesting is the Montauk short at least exists. So can't we just like watch it and see how similar they are?
I
Well, yeah.
believe so. Yeah.
I mean, this is like actual legal plagiarism and just like that sucks, man. Those are two different things, because like, that's the thing. Like, it sounds to me like, let's say that the Duffer Brothers, let's live in this world where the Duffer Brothers did decide to do Stranger Things after this conversation with this guy. Like, plagiarism is like, I took your screenplay, your script, and used it for my thing, as opposed to, listen, you're a writer in Hollywood. If somebody says, hey, what are you working on? And you're like, I'm working on this project. It's called Montauk. It's about these kids in this thing. There's nothing keeping those people from leaving and going like, hey, man, that's a great idea. We should do something like that. Like, that's not illegal.
Right.
It's dirty. It sucks for you. But it's not illegal. That's why I'm glad I'm not a Hollywood writer. And when people ask me what I'm doing, I never tell them. Well, because you never know.
In a certain way, though, like, ideas are kind of worthless, because you could give all four of us the idea for some kids in a small town where there's government experiments going on, and you will not get you won't get Stranger Things out of all four of us. You'll get four completely different series. So
you'll get strange things out of all four of us.
You will get strange things.
Strange
guaranteed.
Yeah, and if what are you working on and we should work together qualifies as a contract, then every single person in Hollywood is now under legally binding contracts with each other.
Literally screwed.
I hope that the trial ends with like a Miracle on 34th Street, like everyone carrying in like the times they said that to each other,
and they all actually do it, and everyone lives. Yeah. Based on that, every friend I have in Los Angeles who's been like, man, it's been too long. We really need to see each other, and
we should write something together.
Yeah, we're all. Yeah, they're all legally obligated to get those lunches in.
I have writing agreements with like half of the people I've met in Los Angeles. If that's the legal precedent, like I am so screwed. I'm obligated to write so many scripts.
Yes.
I have so many thoughts about this, because number one, it's really not a good look for anybody involved, and that's a bummer, because I feel like nobody comes out on top of this, including the person, Charlie, or the brothers, because now Charlie, imagine trying to work with him in Hollywood now. Like, if you're at a party and you see him, you don't ask him what he's working on, because you don't want to know, because he might sue you if he says, this is the thing I'm working on, la, 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 la. Like,
I did not hear it.
So that's kind of a bummer. Also, people have similar ideas all the time. We don't know that what happened was Charlie said this sparked the ideas in the brothers. Then the brothers were like, let's cut him out and let's make this ourselves. They could have also been simultaneously working on some kind of sci-fi kid situation, and maybe they don't even know that that's where it sparked interest. Like, you know how people, Joe, I think you were the one who was telling me about this originally. Like, you don't even know when you're a stand-up sometimes that you took somebody's idea. Not that you did that, but you were explaining that to me, because you go to so many shows, you hear so many things, that sometimes somebody else does a joke about babies, and then you do a completely different joke about babies. They accuse you of stealing their joke, but really, you were just thinking about babies because they got you to think about babies.
I don't know where my mind stops and Simpsons quotes begin. Like, they've
know
flown into each other so thoroughly that I'm not sure what's what anymore.
This sounds so casual, though. This is so casual. They were talking about it at a party for 15 minutes, and they said they should work on something together. So nobody saw any script. There was no outline. There wasn't a treatment.
I mean, that's the defense. You know, who knows what Charlie Kessler's side of the story is.
Well, this is what said. This is Charlie Kessler asserts that he met the Duffers.
Well, that's what the defense is saying.
Yeah.
They're characterizing his, which as a defense attorney, of course, you're going to minimize and make it sound
very, very true. And if that's not the case, then obviously, he did send a script. If there was a 52-page outline detailing all the characters and then it's totally different.
But if it was girl named 12.
Yeah, if he wrote Sheriff Bopper, then the Duffers might be in real trouble.
Yeah.
I really want to see a show with Sheriff Bopper.
Sheriff Bopper.
A young toothless boy named Bustin.
Then we're in trouble.
But I do think it's completely legitimate that they're scared about spoilers. I think that that's their livelihood, and you have to be afraid about those things. I know it sounds silly to us that that's overtaking the trial, but yeah, if it comes out in trial what happens in season 3 of Stranger Things, that takes a huge hit for them.
Well, yeah, because it's out there, and I mean, it takes two to spoil unless somebody's Clockwork Oranging you, or the occasional thing where you're scrolling through, but even then you have to make the choice to go on social media. You know, hopefully, if this comes out, you'll be able to avoid it where possible. But it does happen, and you don't want a situation where it's out there. But yeah, I mean, that is the concern, because like you guys said, like if they have to prove that they didn't do this storyline or they didn't rip this off, then they may have to say like, well, because Montauk ends this way and Stranger Things is going to end this way.
It's like, in season 5 it does this.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, that's very bad.
That's rough. It's a big part of this is proving intent, and that's with something like, unless like you say like completely ripped off a speech from someone and you can put them up side by side or something like that. Like that to me like proves intent on someone's part. Like this is word for word identical. But like in something as loose as I had a Montauk thing and then you had a thing that you called Project Montauk for a minute. Like it's so hard to prove intent in something like that. Like with the stand-up example, this is my example knowing full well that in no way did this person ever cross into my yard and go, ooh, good joke, and lift it, or even the premise. It's just sometimes premises are similar. I had a closer I used forever that was just about how airplanes are insane and don't make any sense, that we strap ourselves into big metal tubes and throw ourselves in the sky.
Is that what you're going to say?
Well, no, Patton had one.
You said, what's the deal with airline
what?
travel?
Yeah, but then, and then Pat Oswalt has a joke that's the same, and in no way did we ever Venn diagram over each other, because in no way does he did not go to the crappy mics that I was working that bit out in. Sometimes you just have similar ideas and premises, and it happens.
Why do stand-ups like airplane jokes? So is it because they travel a lot?
I think it's a common thing.
Because Spencer,
they're funny.
What is the deal? Okay, like that's what I want to know. Like what's going on up there?
Yeah,
that's why. Because we really want to stand-up comedy is about the truth, and I just don't think we know the truth about what's going on at 30,000 feet yet.
There's always weird people, and the food's small.
Come on,
it's
guys.
Uncomfortable. It's rich. It's a rich mind.
Before you even get on the plane, you're in the airport, right? Hey!
When I picture comedians, I do picture them laying in a field of grass, just smoking a doobie, looking up at the sky. So probably they're just seeing them all pass. What's going on there?
What's up?
I see them like, it's like Terminator vision, and it's scanning, but it just says, what's the deal with? And then it's just looking around like, what's the deal with Dan? What's the deal with Roxy?
The plane actually is writing that out.
There's something going on here, and I'm gonna crack it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Montauk. What's the deal with?
We don't know.
Oh, boy.
Bees.
That said, guys, just as a reminder, you like the show, like and subscribe. This is our morning show. We do it Monday through Friday. While Game of Thrones is on, Mondays will be our show Watching Thrones, our Game of Thrones reaction show. And then Tuesday through Fridays will still be The View, but this. Just
Similar.
Our weird, chaotic entertainment show. SJU, Montauk every morning. No! What did I do?
Montauk in the morning.
Like, subscribe. Thanks for being with us and caring about the stuff. This will wrap up our week of trying to get on top of making sure everybody knows that we've rebranded the channel as Fandom Entertainment. God, has it been a year now? Has it been a year since we got bought?
It's been close to
a year. Yeah,
right around Comic-Con time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Depends on whose timeline you're looking at.
I'm also bad at time. It could have been 6 months or it could have been a week ago. I'm very bad at things.
It's been a long week.
It's been a very, very long week. You were in Chicago for 4 years this
true.
week. Yeah.
4 full years. I aged very gracefully.
Just lovely. Yeah, so okay, we've rebranded as Fandom Entertainment. Fandom, the company, purchased us last year. So to ease concerns on people being like, "Oh, I can't believe you guys sold out and went corporate," like
we were always corporate.
Yes, literally. We were always corporate.
Let's nip that in the bud right now.
Yeah. We were owned by a company prior to this.
Now we're owned by another company.
Yeah. At no point was Screen Junkies or Honest Trailers like something we were
an anarchist collective. God willing, someday. Yeah. But we never have been.
when we're just doing trailers on the dark web.
Yeah.
That's when it'll happen. So hey, yes, thank you, Spencer. We were always corporate. So house. Fandom is the reason we get to keep doing this. Otherwise, like, look, you guys saw what happened to our friends at Clever. You saw what happened to our friends at Smosh. Unfortunately, that has been a happy ending. But if they had not stepped in and picked us up, I don't know if we would have banded together to purchase Honest Trailers from a mysterious bank, or if we just all would have gone, you know what, guys, let's call it, and just Spider-Man No More await ourselves down separate lonely alleys. Like, I don't know that would have happened.
I'm a numbers guy. Like this, I like to weigh the pros and cons, and we've talked about this before. Like, here are the pros and cons. Like, because I know change is crazy and it's weird and it's different, and people, you know, I understand, and they think that things are going to be different. Like, honestly, here's how the math on this works out: is yes, we're owned by Fandom now. Fandom has allowed us to keep doing what we're doing. They've given us more resources to make new shows. That we have been able to expand our writing staff. We've been able to bring people in more to help us out with stuff. We've been able to keep doing what we're doing and more. So like that's this part of it. And we didn't get thrown out into the street with all of our friends when Defy literally shut down overnight. So like that's the plus. And the minus, if you want to call it that, and I don't even call it a minus, like the other side of that is that we rebranded one of our channels to Fandom Entertainment because that's who owns us, and then we want to build that brand and they want to build that brand. That's the way. That's
forgot about the colors,
slowly lowering
Dan.
pitchfork. Change the name and the colors.
The colors.
Versus we stay on the air. We keep getting to do what we do. We get a lot of creative freedom, and we get to expand our operations. Like that.
Yeah.
Those are the two things to weigh. So like we would ask is just like stick with us.
Yeah.
Literally nothing but the name of the show.
Name of the channel.
Name of the channel, not even the show. The name of the
colors.
channel, the colors and the graphics have changed.
Yeah.
And in exchange for that, and it's not even a trade-off for us, we get to keep doing everything that you like and more.
Yeah. And just sort of one more kind of thought on it before we move on is, we try to be pretty honest and upfront with you guys as much as we can on the air. I think that's why a lot of you have continued to go on this weird journey with us. There will probably be more changes and things like that, but the cool thing is they've also put us in the driver's seat, basically. Yeah. Like, when you guys see changes on this channel...
It's because we wanted it to change.
No
one's telling us
them
to do things.
Yeah.
Or
are they? Montauk. So the rebrand, our decision... we're doing this show, we're doing that show, our decision. It's been honestly a really, really cool relationship. And now I have a chip in my neck that shocks me every time I don't say things like that.
Montauk.
So, on that
To be fair, Disney put that chip there, not Fandom.
Yeah.
Good point.
So, to make that
Do you have a Disney on one
very
side and Warner
clear.
Brothers on the other?
It's just an unsecured Wi-Fi network. Joe's neck.
It really, really is. Although you can check your email a lot smoother when you're next to me. Thank you for my Camaro, Disney.
I also know that's not true because we have no service in here.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, because all the bandwidth is being taken up right now. They're just watching the show right now and
You're not
watching
doing
what I
your
say.
job, Joe.
No, I'm not.
Give me that Wi-Fi.
Let's jump into some Fan Friday questions, guys. Let's get weird. Neck and YX asks, in honor of the new
You're not
bathroom.
even going to let us do our thing?
Oh, I didn't even see it.
Yeah,
I was looking at the
missing.
script.
Yeah.
JTE, replay it.
I'm singing. He's dancing. If you can call that dancing. You got to dance?
Yeah, well, I got there first than that. Come on.
No, that is the spin. That's the spinny. It's just the.
Just the shrug? How dare you, sir?
I just think that would kill in the club.
I have moves reminiscent of a Jagger.
Way to not get sued over that.
Yeah.
Well
Montauk.
done. Yeah, they're not just like. I have moves that feel familiar to.
Similar to, but not exactly the same
Yeah.
as a Jagger.
Mick Jagger and I met at a party briefly in 1998.
Discuss moves.
They were huge.
Nick and us, in honor of the new bathroom, which, the verdict for me is still out on whether I like the new bathroom or not, but I am just glad there's a bathroom.
Is the girls' side open yet?
Nope.
in honor of the new men's bathroom.
Yeah, in honor of the new men's bathroom.
I just-
Also, your bathroom is 30% smaller. He asks,
Fair.
what is the best bathroom fight? John Wick, Mission Impossible, something else? First of all, I'll say the king of the bathroom fights right now is Henry Cavill. He's been in multiple bathroom fights now. Mission Impossible, Man from U.N.C.L.E., I believe there's a brief bathroom fight in Batman v Superman.
Yeah, they crash through a bathroom.
Cash through a bathroom.
Yeah.
Would appear to be
Someone
the big
gets hit with a
stand-up
sink,
urinal.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that counts.
I mean, the answer's Eastern Promises, right? Like, it's pretty much, it's one of the greatest fights.
Is that a steam room or a bathroom?
It's a sauna, but I feel like there's toilets adjacent. Like, people are, it's a
What do you
spiritual
do in a
bathroom.
sauna?
When there is a sauna, there are bathrooms very close.
Yeah,
often.
like there's a change. It's like a locker room. It's a locker room.
But I don't know. Like a bedroom's usually close to a bathroom. Can you call a bedroom fight a bathroom fight?
No, but it's like
Fair.
there's usually no wall between like the sauna area or the like spa and the bathroom.
It's like a
right?
half
weird
wall.
sauna.
What if your bathroom's in your bedroom? You know,
But this
What
is
if
like
you
a
got,
public
master,
studio.
like a suite. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just saying, he's hanging dong the whole time. It's hot. It's dangerous.
Similar to the bedroom.
It really gets at what's spiritually frightening about a bathroom fight, which is like no man is ever more vulnerable than when they go into the bathroom.
That's fair.
Or in a sauna
Completely
or whatever. But I think that it really gets at what is terrifying about a bathroom fight, which is like you're defenseless and somebody else is coming after you with a knife, and it captures that perfectly.
Eastern
my-
Promises.
yeah, Eastern
Okay,
Promises.
I'll take it. I like that. I like that argument a lot. Matt asked, "What is your?"
wait.
Wait, no one else gets
Sorry.
to
Yeah.
throw
It
their
was
hat
just
in the
so
ring?
good.
Liar, liar.
JT, you wanna know,
JT
okay,
says
not
liar,
good.
liar. It's a one-on-one bathroom
Do you know
fight.
he has not shouted something out on Fan Friday for like, I don't know, 6 months, and that's his
what got
choice?
around.
Liar, liar.
You get one.
True
And you
Lies
used
has a
it.
bathroom fight.
Okay.
That's-
True Lies does have a good bathroom fight.
The World's
Yeah,
End. I was gonna say Casino Royale, and then I was like, nope. The
Oh,
World's End.
yeah.
The fight with the blanks in that movie is so awesome. It
Isn't
makes
it the
you
blanks
see-
reveal? Like that's the first time you see
That is
blue blood spray?
that is the reveal of the head, the decapitations, the blue blood, everything. I love that fight. It's
a good one.
It's a great fight.
My favorite bathroom scene is obviously from Friends when Julia Roberts takes Chandler's clothes. But my favorite bathroom fight is probably Mission Impossible. It just blew all the minds.
Yeah, that is a good fight.
It was really good. But not as good as the Friends verbal fight.
Not a fight, but Venture Brothers has a really good bathroom scene where Brock Sampson, head to toe covered in blood, like slides into a stall like a weird ghost snake to threaten the monarch.
I missed that show.
I missed that show a
Ghost
lot too.
snake.
Yeah, that, you can picture it, can't you?
I can almost
I'm a
not see
wordsmith.
it though.
As you were not. Yeah, it's
Boo.
also
You
played
weren't
by
meant to.
John Cena.
Ooh.
You absolutely cannot see the ghost
That's
snake.
a wrestling thing.
It is. It is. Well, no, that's transcended into pop culture,
Yeah.
like jorts. Hey guys, what's your favorite practical movie effect?
Matt asked. Well, Matt, I'll tell you what. I think it's when heads explode in scanners. I think those are some of the best popped heads you'll ever see on film. It's just because I think obviously that's practical, right?
Yeah.
They didn't really blow up someone's head, and it's pre CGI.
Yeah.
So yeah, scanners, classic. It's like the ultimate squib. Like the entire head becomes a squib. It's great.
So they mean one specific, or in general, where you like when movies do blank?
I think you're one specific practical effect.
But if you want to warm up to that one specific, you can go general.
Damn.
The xenomorph
Yeah.
popped into my head. Like, I mean, I think that's a practical effect.
like a piece of
That's
sculpture.
yeah. I mean, it's a creature feature. The Thing is full of them. John
Yep.
Carpenter's The Thing is full of practical effects. I also like weird ones that you don't notice. Weird scene transitions. There's Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, which is George Clooney's directed it. It's about Sam Rockwell's in it. It's about Chuck Barris, who hosted the Gong Show. He does things with transitions that are, you never know that they're completely in camera. They're done practically, where he'll start out in one room and then it'll zoom in on him in a mirror or in a different surface, and behind him the entire scene is changing. The set is changing. It goes from an apartment to a boardroom. He'll walk off camera, change wardrobe, walk in. It seems like you look at it and you're like, oh, it's cut together, it's CG, and it's all one take. Sets on dollies, and I love the fact that it doesn't call attention to itself, and you don't even know it. It's literally just a filmmaker saying, like, I'm gonna do this. This is fun. Things like that you find out afterwards about, I think, are pretty cool.
I really liked the the big one that comes to mind, and what I liked about it is how many different ways they did it to kind of keep your mind guessing. But the Hobbits and Fellowship of the Ring, specifically, like they were using camera tricks, they were using doubles, they were using green screen. They did so many things to just keep those size differences correct and just really, really good looking. That the next two movies I think kind of got lazy and were like, we'll just green screen them in. But the first movie, I thought they just did such a good job at kind of keeping you guessing at all times how they were sort of keeping everybody small and matched. And
scaling up props and stuff like that. They also did a great job of that in Eternal Sunshine when they're kids under the table. It's like it's magic when they can shrink things without putting them against a green screen.
Well, plus the decision to hunt and trap a real Balrog.
Above and beyond.
Really
far
was.
beyond the Call of
But
Duty.
they're pretty common in New Zealand, so
That's true.
That's fair.
you can look under any bridge.
Throw a rock at the Balrog.
And of course, the upcoming live adaptation of Cats will probably be the greatest example of set scaling of all time, as the set will be
I
scaled
just
for
held
cats.
next to a giant fish skeleton meowing at me. Can't wait. And James Corden goes, "Oh, hello! What seems to be the problem, Governor?
Here's Miami.
Helen Mirren making muffins on somebody. It's going to be great. Rox, do you think your effects?
I think I've been scarred because I'm thinking about one of the first plays I was ever in. I must have been like 6. I'm in a trash can for 95 minutes so that I can raise a flower through the can at the end of the play.
Were there no
They
scene
needed it to
changes?
grow. I was in
There are no
nothing
small part
else.
trucks.
Wow.
Anytime I think about like who's having to do what during that, I'm like just CGI it.
Yeah.
Just CGI it. Those poor people.
Sounds like you were just bullied.
Yeah.
It was like it was almost 100 minutes. I remember I sat
God.
there. I
That
had like a
beats
Hello
mine.
Kitty watch I was looking at in the little thing.
There was never like a blackout or
Wow.
like
No.
a.
They could have put you
No,
in.
I was really like young, like 6, 7
Wow.
years old.
Wow.
Make that flower grow though.
That beats mine. I had to wear a saddle, and someone dressed as a knight rode me. And I was also.
Where was this?
Yeah. We were in the pink rooms.
Oh God.
Oh god.
Yeah, it was a church play. Oh God.
True Detective season 4.
Oh God.
Joe Starr.
No, I was.
Wow.
It was about a mouse that was a knight, and I was a frog that she rode like a horse. My only line was ribbit. But I think Roxy in the Barrel
At least
definitely
you got
beats
a
that.
line, Joe.
Fair. That is completely fair. Speaking of frogs, Michael asked for Pet Appreciation Day. I'll ask, what pet from any movie is your favorite pet? The dog from The Mask. Maybe one of the greats.
I was going to say the same thing.
It's a very cute
You
dog.
were?
Yeah, it's a very cute dog. It made me want a Jack Russell Terrier. And when he turned into the mask, I thought it was hilarious. Yeah.
That dog shouldn't have been able to do those things.
No, he did though.
Well, now I can only think of the dog from the mask.
I know, I
Milo
know.
in my brain. I can't think of any other pets. Hang on, let me think.
Some of them even have secret lives, you guys.
All I'm thinking about are the animal movies now, and it's mean to call those pets because usually in animal movies the animals can talk.
Yeah.
So then it
Like
feels
Homeward
like they're
Bound, like
yeah,
they're more than pets.
It's more than a pet, or like thinking about Alf. I don't know why. He's not a pet. He's
No, he eats pets.
also it's not a movie. So
Muppets are coming. Elf. Hide.
Was Alf
Brian.
Alf a member of the family, a roommate, or a pet?
Well, he was and he wasn't, and that's where the dramatic tension lies.
Of Alf?
Yeah.
Okay.
Babe,
Babe was a pet.
Babe is a good. Is it a pet?
I don't
It's
know.
livestock. He was a working pet.
How about Charlotte from Charlotte's Web? Is Charlotte a pet?
I don't know.
No,
No.
she's
Charlotte thinks of Charlotte's self as a pet.
she's just living there without permission.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's hard to beat the trio of Shadow, Chance, and Sassy.
They're a
from
good trio.
Homeward Bound, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Gizmo.
That's
You
Terrible
got one,
pet.
JTE.
The
You got
worst,
one.
The worst pet.
Yeah, Gizmo's a
Liar,
terrible pet.
liar.
I do not want a pet with that kind of strings attached.
Yeah, no.
No.
Yeah, you got liar, liar, JT, and that's all you got today. Scram Task, I'm asking this mainly for Roxy because we know the answer. Which house or apartment in a show or movie had you thinking, damn, I wish I could live there?
It was rent controlled, Joe. So what are you gonna do? It's obviously the
What, is
best
this Friends
one.
again?
Yeah. You're not gonna take Monica's apartment? Are you kidding? She's paying like $6 for it. It's not that crazy of an answer. You don't
What
take
about
it.
Joey and Chandler?
And all
Theirs
of them,
was
yeah.
smaller, obviously, Dan. They explained that in like 3 episodes in 1 line each.
That's still like $4,000 a month.
It's a palace in New York City.
But isn't one of them an architect or something? I don't know. I don't remember
Chandler-
Friends very well.
Oh,
Chandler.
That's how I
worked
met your
in
mother.
advertising.
Yeah.
and like you,
Okay, maybe
he always
he
has
does
that
well.
job description that you don't know what he does. Joey's obviously an actor, so maybe that's what you're
Crushing
thinking.
it,
Architect,
yeah.
actor.
The less talk about Friends, the better. I think that Home Alone is probably a pretty great, beautiful, warm home.
Great street.
On a great street.
Probably a
little
good school
dangerous,
district.
A little dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that that house, it just feels like it's always Christmas because the movies always take
Because it was
For some reason.
I want Tony Stark's house before
Malibu
it
dream house.
gets exploded by the
Yeah,
Mandarin.
yeah,
But
that's a
yeah,
nice
like beautiful house, cliffside, Jarvis. You got AI, a lot of the space to spread your. I love a big nice foyer,
Yeah.
big nice open space, big windows, beautiful.
Could
Give me
scale
that
that
house.
down. I like Cameron's house in Ferris Bueller's Day Off
Oh.
with the glass garage with the Ferrari in it. That's pretty cool.
Did you guys
You
see
don't want to live there, though.
what was the Issa Rae movie that I saw like 2 weeks ago?
Little?
Little.
That was a dope place to
pretty
live. And I want Homegirl. She comes with the house.
Mm-hmm.
She's like Siri, but she's cooler.
Right
haven't
on,
seen Little.
right on.
It was like an Alexa, but it was called Homegirl.
Oh.
She was
Got it.
She would
awesome.
provide advice and also
Girl,
turn the
your
lights
hair
on.
looks great today. Thanks,
I would like to
Homegirl.
have that as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that-
Siri stays real neutral on compliments and stuff like that.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
tries to have jokes.
I
but-
ask her to.
Yeah.
I'd say, Siri, tell me something nice about myself.
I'm not programmed to love.
Only hate.
Hey, what? No, off.
Did you give yours?
I don't know if I have. When I was little, I wanted to live in Willow's Village because it just seemed really fun.
Oh.
Yeah, that seemed like a fun place to live.
Hello, Joe.
No, I'm just thinking. Yeah, that's,
Cybertron seems like a horrible hell place to live. That would be a bad choice.
But what if you could like turn into a fax machine or whatever Transformers do
Well-
on there?
Well, then I'd probably be, if I turned into a fax machine, I'd probably be like a real low-caste, like, joke transformer. That would really suck. Like, you don't turn...
Communicron, send a fax.
Communicron. That's good. I like Communicron a lot. Jake asked, what pair of films, an original and a sequel, deserves a third film created years later? Jake, this is a very specific criteria.
Yeah.
we're getting it.
Example, by the way.
Okay,
Bill?
Kill Bill was his example. Okay,
Sure.
okay.
We're getting Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
Yep.
So hopefully.
It's usually sad to return to comedies so far later, but we were just talking about Wayne's World 2 yesterday, so a Wayne's World 3.
I'd be completely fine
They're
with
doing
the
haven't
Jay and
made a
Silent
bad
Bob
one
also.
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
James Silent Bob reboot.
I'd
Yeah.
want the same director.
Is that a third though? Because have they done 2 of them?
Strikes back.
Yeah.
They did make another one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then there you go.
But I'm just naming things that are happening.
Right, yeah.
Not that shit happened.
That's such a thing. It's like it's so rare if they're gonna make 2. It's so rare for them to stop at 2.
Yeah.
For any reason other than complete disaster. So, oh man.
Let's keep
Did
making
legally-
Blade Runners. Let's keep making giant, financially unviable but amazing Blade Runners.
Every 30.
Did
every
Legally
30
Blonde
years.
have
yeah.
a second one?
What's that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well, I don't know about that, but the third one could be cool.
Yeah. I think Legally Blonde 2 was
Supreme Court.
good.
Yeah.
Aren't they
like
doing
that.
one?
A third Legally
I
Blonde?
think there is a third Legally
So I'm
Blonde
still just
like
naming
in
facts?
production.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
I would say
But I
Grease,
do
but I
check
know
the
how you guys
website
feel
every
about
day.
that.
No, I'd rather have a Grease 3 than a Grease Quel. I would much rather have Grease 3.
I'm on board with that one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
IMDb
Rox.
has one on
That feels very ageist of you.
2020.
the IMDb says there's still one on for 2020 at the moment.
Legally
Legally
Blonde
Blonde?
3, yeah.
Good.
Legally
I
Blonde
did
Special
that.
Counsel.
You did just now.
Yeah,
You did that.
I am her.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, talk about a great pet. Come on. Her little chihuahua is a great pet.
Oh, yeah. That was
Booster?
a good one.
Bus-
Oh, Booster.
Is that his name? Booster?
Might have been Booster. Booster's a good dog name in general, so I hope it was named Booster.
Ryan, help me.
Carrie asked, which movie has an awesome soundtrack that might even be better than the movie?
Most
Bruiser.
Josie and the Pussycats has a really good soundtrack. Also
my
a good
God,
movie,
that-
and you should watch it if you
That
haven't seen
movie
it.
is the dopest soundtrack.
good
Backdoor
movie.
lover, backdoor lover. That's the band Du Jour. They're one of the bands in Josie
Yep,
and the
yep,
Pussycats,
yep.
but they're not the main focus. In case you guys forgot.
I love that movie.
Better than the movie.
Better than the movie. Tron Legacy is kind of a pick there because it's just a new Daft Punk album, but the film is,
Yeah.
it's Tron-like. It's pretty, but stupid.
Yep.
I would say a lot of the musicals that I'm obsessed with still like the movie, but their music, like Chicago, I think has an even better soundtrack than the movie.
Yeah.
Same thing with Rent.
But those
Yeah.
are musicals, right? Like that's
Well-
it's not a soundtrack.
But isn't it?
I don't know.
Some of them have like better recordings than the movie did.
Yeah.
Like, Chicago's album.
The
is
Dr.
better.
Dolittle soundtrack is amazing because it's just like every '90s hip hop and R&B artist like
True,
saved their best
true.
stuff for Dr. Dolittle.
Yeah, it's not to denigrate the movie, but really to uplift the soundtrack. But like the Romeo and Juliet, the 1996 one. That's not to say that's a bad movie. But like the soundtrack is, if you're talking '90s soundtrack,
that's pretty solid.
That's that and Batman Forever are
Oh yeah,
good pick.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
pick.
Kiss from a Rose.
only because
Yeah.
of Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me, obviously.
Yep.
The best U2 song ever.
Agreed. You will get no. I believe that with my whole
That's
heart.
not even the best song with "Kiss" in the title on that
know.
soundtrack. Kiss by a Rose, man.
I'm joking. I'm
Okay,
joking.
okay.
Do
Obviously.
you guys
That
remember?
is my favorite U2 song. What have you done to me? You just entrapped me.
Was that officially U2 or is that just Bono and The Edge?
Oh, that's a
know.
good question. I don't know.
What are you
know
gonna
either.
do without
Tim?
Tim and the lump?
I don't know either.
More importantly, do you guys remember Josie and the Pussycats? Yeah, you do. Long hair and nails for cats. You know where it's at. Dan, come on. You want to sing along? You know every word.
I couldn't if I wanted to.
Josie and the Pussy. Wow, movie's so good.
Yeah. If you learn nothing else from this episode, it's that you should watch the movie Josie and the Pussycats. It's very underrated.
So good.
Jacob asks, what show do you think has the best chance of becoming the next Game of Thrones now that it's ending? We talked about this a little bit just in terms of like, is there another water cooler show like Game of Thrones? It's sort of just this perfect storm of people who are interested in the material. The show hit at just sort of the right time. I don't know. I don't think there is another one.
They have to kind of come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like when they try to manufacture that kind of thing, it never works. It's always the
Yeah.
risky thing that no one knew would work, or the thing that nobody heard of.
Like the Montauk Project.
Like the Montauk Project, yes.
But as far as like giant shows based on big fantasy or sci-fi book series, I don't think it'll be the Lord of the Rings show. Lin-Manuel Miranda has the rights to the Kingkiller Chronicles that he's making, which is an odd pairing, but
That
that's
is.
an incredible franchise if they can bring it to the screen respectfully. And then got some bad news this morning. A book series I loved, Isaac Asimov's Foundation novels, is going to be on Apple whatever. And that was like one of the few reasons I was excited for it. And it was the co-lead on the show has dropped out, leaving only David Goyer to shepherd
Yay!
Foundation
Your favorite.
to completion. Yeah, but I think that Game of Thrones hopefully will inspire a lot of people or a lot of places to option and actually make these giant, sprawling fantasy and sci-fi series.
On a scale of 1 to 10, because I haven't read it, how dark and gritty is Isaac
Not
Asimov's?
at all.
Uh-oh. Well, you might be
But
in
it's
trouble,
about to
my
be.
friend.
I think that's why somebody might have left. It's 'cause Harry Seldon's going to be wearing like full leathers and
Goyer's
spikes.
like, what if they hate each other? Arr. Oh, Goyer. What's the best, Cam, this is from Cam, what's the best movie that doesn't take place in chronological order? The one that Rashomon screws with its timeline.
Memento. So,
Yeah,
like,
for sure. Memento, Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
The Notebook.
Yeah, Notebook.
It's a really great
works.
call.
Every heist movie, just about
Yep.
the good ones. The Killing and Oceans plays with time a little bit. The first one.
Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's my.
Yeah.
That would
It-
be my favorite,
It
probably.
plays.
Yeah.
It plays with time jumps more than it's out of order. But Your Name has really messes with time really effectively to tell its story. Because sometimes it can just be like a gimmick, and then some people really use it to knock it
Yeah,
out of
does
the
it
park
count if like
narratively.
the first scene is like a flash forward or something, and then like everything else is in order?
I think it counts.
I feel
so.
like movies do that a lot.
You know, it's at least worth talking if they do it well, and it's at least worth a mention.
It would be not chronological order, so
No.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a gimmick, but sometimes it works.
Yeah.
And scene.
And scene. Let's close out on this one. Ben Lott asked, what movie can make you cry no matter how many times you see it? What's your always cry movie?
I said this to you guys, and none of you guys had seen this movie, although I don't think Spencer was here. I think it was Roth, so maybe Spenny G can help me. Hardball, the Keanu Reeves movie. None of you guys have seen this. With
I
G
never
Baby?
saw Hardball.
Come on, that movie makes me weep like a little baby.
Okay.
You guys gotta check it out.
Okay.
It's Keanu at his best.
I
You
can't
guys
say
know
Keanu's
it
ever
all.
moved me to tears.
He does.
Okay.
He does.
Okay. I have to watch it from the beginning, but Rudy. I have to
You
start
have to
Rudy.
sit and commit.
I have to be on his journey. But once is it Favreau or Vince Vaughn that's yelling, "Who's the wild man now?"
Favreau.
It's Favreau. I'm like, it's Rudy.
Rudy is that man. Rudy is that one.
I cannot picture Spencer crying over Rudy.
He's got so much heart.
That was a really surprise choice. Yeah. I was like,
What can I say? But I have to start at the beginning. I can't just dip in on cable because it's on cable a lot.
I don't know that I get emotional at sports movies, but I get pumped at all of them. Like, all of them make me want to go out and just, like, run laps until I collapse. Because I'm a sap.
Big Fish.
Yes.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Nice.
Yeah.
Field Dreams. Those are the ones that come to mind
Yeah.
immediately.
Big Fish is the one for, we watched that again pretty recently, and every now and then you're like, oh, that's a sad movie that makes me cry. I wonder if now that I know every nook and cranny and beat of it, it'll say, yeah, it's still, oh, yeah, God, yep, there's a giant at his memorial. It was all true, but different because he just wanted to entertain his son.
Yeah.
Big Fish is probably the big one for me, too.
That's a big one.
Yeah, well, those are the things that make us cry. Is there anything just in general that's not a movie that makes you guys cry that you want to talk about? Just any feelings you want to get out there?
Weddings.
Yeah.
I'm a sap at weddings. I could not know the two people. I'm walking through a hotel lobby. I see a wedding.
Just start crying.
Just interrupt the service.
This is beautiful, you guys.
So pretty.
Damn, this is a Wendy's.
You need to go. This is a Wendy's.
Yeah. Love is love.
Guys, love is love, and that's how we're going to end today's episode of SJU. Be nice to each other out there. Have a good weekend. And we'll see. Oh, wait. No! I'm sorry! Ah!
Sorry, don't be nice to each other. Don't have a great
Be
weekend.
cruel to each other. I could have gone out like that. We've got a Curse of Lorona coming out today. A Cram It for MCU, for the MCU this weekend. Other cool things. Fun, happy thing. Be nice to each other. Goodbye. Nailed it. Really stuck it.